life move on. Keep on moving, sky is the limit. You got to get there, keep moving, keep marching on. You can make it in life. You got to get focused. Keep on moving, sky is the limit. You got to get there, keep moving, keep marching on. Keep on moving, keep moving, keep marching on.
Thank you so much for joining us here on Able Differently. There's a famous English expression that goes, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Meaning, when the situation becomes difficult, then the strong got to work harder to meet the challenge.
The individuals that we are going to feature today have gone through lots of challenges and they overcame them. But how did they do this? It's a question that only them can answer. I am your host, Caxton Osonzi.
And I'm Jane Theory.
Karibuni.
Keep moving, keep marching on.
Evelyn Amunga is a hairdresser and a volunteer in her community. Even though she's physically challenged, she's doing her best to make her community a better place than she found it. Take a look at that story.
Evelyn Amunga is a hairdresser at Kangemi Market in Nairobi.
Mimi ni hairdresser na bado mimi ni community volunteer. So upande wa hairdressing nafanya hapa Kangemi Market kazi ya salon ambayo inanisaidia kujimudu kimaisha.
Apart from her daily work, she also works as a community volunteer.
Kuna wakati na volunteer kwa community, upande wa mobilization, nafanya vitu kama kusensitize community, create awareness, stories zinahusu wasichana, kwa empower, ndio maybe wasihusike kwa mambo ya crime, vitu na HIV. Yeah.
She is the third born, and while growing up, she was attacked by polio that affected her left limb.
Mimi ni wa tatu na sikuzaliwa na disability, but niliacquire nikiwa like 5 years. So nikapata polio ambayo ili affect my left limb.
Through the lessons she acquired while growing, she fell in love with the community work.
Unajua saa zingine ukiishi na disability kuna ile stigma unakumbana nayo, alafu saa zingine unafeel ukiwa mnyonge. So nikaona counter that na volunteer in other things, at least ndio nijipatie morali na bado ni give back to the community. Because saa zingine watu wanaona kama ndio wako na disability, hawana say kwa community, hawana value. So nikaona nini naweza fanya ambayo itanimotivate na bado isaidie watu wengine wenye wako na challenge kama yangu. So unaweza pata as much as mimi niko na disability, lakini kuna mtu mwingine mwenye ako na shida yenye almost kama my disability, ako na weakness yake. So nikaona nika-identify watu kama watu kiwa pamoja, then tajaribu kuimprove their life.
She is a member of the Westland Gender-Based Violence GBV group, and they are tasked with fighting for the rights of women and girls.
Kiwa around 18 years, nikiwa around form 3, kuna mama alikuwa na trainiwa huko Ushago kwa kama paralegal workers. So sababu mamangu wako karibu, nika-invitiwa kwenda kumrepresent hiyo training ya paralegal workers. Nikatrainiwa kama paralegal workers. So tukiwa Ushago, tulikuwa tunajaribu kusensitize community about mambo na community development, stories ama ku address conflicts, kukuja na njia mzuri za ku address conflict, kusaidia watu kujaza affidavits, vitu kama hizo, ama kuwa link na zile organizations zinaweza wasaidia. So hapo ndo nilianzia, na sasa venye nilikuja huku Nairobi, bado nikaingia kwa group. Sasa huko Westlands kuna Westlands GBV working group. So in that process tukaanza kusensitize community, tuna address mambo ya crime in the community, tuna address zile issues na affect women kama gender violence, domestic violence, tuna create awareness.
She is also the founder of YOEP, Young Women Empowerment Program.
In that process, venye academically venye nilikuwa nafanya my undergraduate, ile project nilifanya ya kuresearch ni kujaribu ku-identify zile issues na affect young women in the community, zinawafanya wanakuwa more vulnerable kwa vitu kama domestic violence, crime, and then kuna hiyo wasichana wanatolewa Ushago na kuja Nairobi kutafutiwa kazi za nyumba, and then in a short time wanapelekwa maybe Middle East. So kwa hiyo whatever nikajaribu kuja na solution nini tunaweza fanya ku reduce hizo challenges na face young women. Ndio nilikuja na hiyo project, nikaona wasichana wakitrainiwa wakipewa skills in hairdressing bado itawasaidia kujimudu kimaisha, so watakuwa na more bargaining power, hawatatekiwa advantage in the community na bado watacontribute to their families positively.
Through this program, she has a hairdressing and beauty school in Kawangware where she trains young girls.
Nilipenda Kawangware kwa sababu it's one of the informal settlements za Nairobi, and then saa hapa ndio target penye nataka kurichi iko. Unapata kuna wasichana wali drop out of school, wengine hawakuweza, wengine waliingia early marriages mapema and then wakaboeka. So unapata inafaa wapate zile skills za kuwasaidia kwa maisha. So kuna wale wenye wako interested in hairdressing, tunachukua, wana enroll, wanaanza kulearn hairdressing. Then apart from that, tuna work na other organization yenye tunaweza wa mentor wawe kama our ambassadors outside. So apart from hairdressing, wana zile life skills za kuwasaidia kwa maisha. Na bado hizo life skills wanaweza kuwa kama change agents to the community.
As Lucy explains, the school receives so many girls and she has to ensure that everyone is attended to.
Mimi ndo train wasichana kujifunza ya dressing na beauty. So, kuenroll watu tunachukua wasichana either akiwa na mtoto ama kama ana. Sasa tukisha wa intake, hata akiwa na mtoto tunakubali akuje na mtoto juu hii area wasichana wengi wako school dropout. Unaweza pata msichana ako kwa nyumba na hana kitu ya kufanya. So watu tunawachukua, wanakuja wanakapa na watoto wao tukiwa train kushuka na kutengeneza beauty.
Margaret is one of the students at the school.
For now, currently doing the hairdressing. Okay, shule nilijua wakati nilikuwa natafuta shule ya kusomea hairdressing and beauty. So nikajaribu kutafuta around, but the fee was too much. So nikamwa, when I was passing, nikaona the flyer. Nikakuja nikaulizia. Yeah. And then vile the reception aliniambia, nikaona iko poa, I can do this. Yeah, that's when I decided like I need to enroll for the hairdressing. First, kitu ilifanya nikamwa sasa nifanye hairdressing. First ni job imekuwa so hard kupata, and I need to have something yenye neza nikajifanyia mimi mwenyewe, si lazima niandikwe, mimi mwenyewe naweza nikajiandika.
The greatest challenge that they face are finances.
Challenges zingine unapata maybe sustainability, because sasa the challenge kubwa niliipata kuna venye hii soko ilichomeka. So nyamka asubuhi tukapata everything is banned, but through one of the media stations nilikutana na Kenya Bankers Association, walikuwa na promote SMEs, wakani promote ndio nikarudisha kazi. So in that process unapata as much as walinisaidia kurudisha kazi, but sustainability inakuwa challenge. Because unapata maybe unapata yule mwenye anafundisha wasichana skills, unataka alipwe mshahara, kuna maybe unafaa ulipe rent, bado wasichana wako in their families hawezi afford, so unapata inakuwa challenge.
Unaweza pata students ni wengi, sometimes niko peke yangu, and then students mwingine ni slolana. So ule student mwenye ako slolana tunamfunza for 3 months. Tukiona hakuna kitu yenye ana invest kwa sisi, huwa tunaongea na mzazi ama na ule mwenye anamsupport, and then anamchange course.
She hopes that the government can be able to offer tax exemption on businesses run by persons with disabilities.
As a request, kitu kama National Council for Persons with Disabilities, kuna zile waivers wamepatia watu wenye wako informal employment, unapata wako tax exempted. Lakini sasa sisi wenye tuko in business inakuwa issue, challenge kwetu. Unapata huku kanjoa na kusumbua, unapata maybe ends hazimit. Ile kitu yenye naweza fanya, yenye mtu normal ordinary person anaweza fanya, mimi naenda extra cost to do the same. So kama wangetupatia hata sisi waiver, maybe exemption upande wa county kibiashara, ingetusaidia cause hao wenyewe wanajiangalilianga cause wako employed. So wakitafuta tax exemption on their income in our favor, but sasa sisi wenye tuko in business inakuwa challenge.
In the quote of the day, we take a look at the saying that goes, our greatest glory is not in never failing, but in rising every time we fall. What do you think about this saying, Jenny?
Simply put,
Yes.
it makes us become more appreciative of the struggles, the steps we have to go through
Yes.
to achieve whatever it is we want to achieve. So if everything is offered to you on a silver platter,
Yes.
then you won't have a story to relate with or
Yeah.
to share with people so that they can become more inspired to
Wow.
action.
I'm inspired as well.
I'm also inspired. Let's take a short break and we'll be right back with more, so don't go too far.
Keep moving, keep marching on. Keep moving, keep marching on.
Back. If you've just joined us, then you are watching Able Differently. Our SMS line is 22162, starting with the capital letters AD. Send us a comment. Irene Kerubo has defied all odds to be where she is. Her story is not only touching, but inspiring. Take a look.
In Nakuru County, Jashonyingi area, we meet Irene Kerubo, a mother and a businesswoman as she prepares for the day's activities. Irene was born in Kisii County, a normal child, but later on, polio affected her spinal cord.
The way you can see me in this wheelchair, I was not born like that, but I got polio when I was 4 years old, and it affected my spinal cord. So I got that made me to be what I am at the moment.
Later on, her parents passed on, but lucky enough, she got a scholarship to continue with her studies.
My parents died when I was so young. In fact, I was a standard 4 girl, and I passed through discrimination. The family denied me to go to school. They said that people like me, they are not supposed to get education. They are just like wasting time. But since the community was positive towards me, I got some teachers from the community there around where the place where I was staying, and they were positive towards my education. So they were the one who assisted me to go to school and to do everything, and I was happy with that. I got one of the donor from England who assisted me to be in one of the rehabilitation center in Molo Town, and I was continued with my education until I finished my Form 4 the year 2006. And then from 2007 I joined Mwangaza College in Nakuru, where I did computerized secretarial certificate level.
It has not been a smooth path for her as she struggles to keep up with the pace of the ever-changing circumstances.
Since life, the way life is not easy, I got a job with one of the company called Primus Company. I was just advertising the company. I used to wake up very early in the morning, and I go to that company. I collect those merchandise which they use to advertise, and I go to many places like Eldoret, Kericho, Nakuru, and other places. And the end of that day, when I come back, they just pay me 15 shillings per item, and I did that for 2 years. But unfortunately, I got an road accident, and the company was not ready to even to help me in treatment. So I suffered a lot, but later on, God assisted me to be what I am. I left the company, and then I left Molo Town. I came to Nakuru Town the year 2014. When I came to Nakuru, life was not that easy. My children were suffering. I was not even knowing where to.
However, she took one key lesson with her, the importance of education, and she is doing her best to keep her children in school.
I got one of them, one of the white men from England, the one who took me to school, and he was there for everything concerning education. So I said that the way things are happening on my side, I will do the same to my own children and those children who are near me. So even the time when I saw a child, even if I don't know that child, and I know that I see that child is not going to school, is suffering, maybe doing some other things, he doesn't have anything to do, I feel sad. And I feel that if I could have been able to get that capability of helping that child, I can help. But just since my hands are tied, I don't have job, I don't have anything, I just keep on praying for them.
Her eldest daughter is in college and she owes everything to her mom.
My name is Mary Mogeni. I school at Kabete National Polytechnic, a second year in diploma in applied biology. And I thank God for my mom. She's my role model because she taught me how to learn your weakness and your strength at the same time and use your strength to fight your weakness too.
Irene has 2 more children in primary school.
I got one of my heart and I started a life. And then God blessed us with 2 other children, Kevin Momanya and Flavin Nyayonga. But after that, the person passed away, and he left me alone with the children.
Irene has a heart big enough to accommodate 1 more child, Brian.
Right now I have 4 children, but Brian Arogo, his mother was my sister, but not really sister, but the school where we are together in one school, in Matumaini. Since I love education and I love to see children going on, so I felt that a heart of helping, although I don't have anything. So I told that Mama, please give me Brian. I can just go and look for a school and he can join and continue, but I don't have money. Whatever you get small, just send it to me so that I can be able to pay school fees.
Through the help of her friends, she was able to start a business.
Yani ile kitu yenye ilituguza yenye ilifanya tutoe hizo pesa tumwekee job ni ile tuliona sisi wenyewe sometimes hata sisi tunakosa. So tukikosa hata hao itabidi walale njaa juu hata sisi tumekosa. So vile tulipata hizo pesa tukasema hata sisi tunaweza kosa, lakini akiwa kwa hiyo kiosk hakuna siku yenye ataweza kosa 50 bob, 20 bob, na hata sisi tukikosa watoto hawatalala njaa.
Irene is thankful that she gets something small for her upkeep, given that she does not have to worry about house rent.
Since I was just looking a place where I can get a small house where I can put my children, I went to the plot where I'm staying now. And then I paid the small money which I was having. And after some months, even the place where I'm staying, people, they realized, the owner realized that I cannot be able to pay. So the rent was just accumulating. One day, just the middle of last year, the owner came and they told me, asked me, what can I do for you? So you need to move. I said, Mama, I don't have place to go. This is the only place I can be. If you just send me out, I don't know what I can do. So she told me that you have to become a caretaker in this plot. So you make sure the plot is so clean. Those other things which needed to be done with a caretaker, you have to do it. Even if you cannot be able to do it, you look for someone who can do it. I said it's okay. And then that's what I'm doing even now.
Recently, her story caught the eyes of many when the photo of her son helping her go to work went viral on social media.
Mimi ndio nilipata Irene, ndio nikaona nichukue picha yake, nikachukua foto yake, nikaiposti Kilimani Moms. So kwa leo nimeshukuru sana vile nimeona amesaidika. Yote nasema tu ni Mungu.
This saw her receive massive love and help from well-wishers including Honorable Sankok, who donated a wheelchair to aid her mobility.
Nataka kumshukuru sana Kevin kwa sababu kwa kusema kweli amekuwa nguzo wa jamii hii ya dada yetu ambao ako na ulemavu. Nataka kumshukuru kwa sababu ni mtoto mchanga, lakini amejua kwa sababu mama yake ni mlemavu. Badala ya kuona aibu na kuficha mama yake na kujifanya ya kwamba hana mama, kwa sababu wengine huwa anajifanya hawana wazazi wakati wazazi wao ni watu walemavu. Yeye amejitolea ili aweze kumpeleka kazini, saa zingine anachelewa shule, na ndio sababu tunamwambia Mungu akubariki. Dada yangu Mama Kevin amesoma na amesomea certificate in secretariat. Kwa hivyo nataka kumhakikishia kwamba mimi pamoja na National Council for Persons with Disability within 1 month tutahakikisha ako na kazi yake ili kielelezo chema kwa watu wote walemavu.
Irene remains thankful to Bridge International School for allowing her children to go to school despite the hardship she faces.
I thank this school, which we call Bridge International Academy. When I was looking at the school where my children can go, I just met one of the teacher, and he told me that they are ready to receive the children the way they are.
Let's take a look at the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability.
The UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities states that state parties recognize the rights of persons with disabilities to work on an equal basis with others. This includes the right to the opportunity to gain a living by work freely chosen or accepted in a labor market and work environment that is open, inclusive and accessible to persons with disabilities.
Well, viewers, we have to end here today, but remember, no amount of challenge that comes your way should bring you down.
Keep your comments or suggestions coming through our SMS line 22162, starting with the capital letters AD. Until next week, I have been your host, Jane Theory.
And me, Caxton Osozi. Goodbye.
Ulikuwa busara kwako ukisema hujazoea upweke. Ila dadi ulinitia kitanzi mwanao, kwetu nyumbani kila mara migogoro ziishi.